are with a real live Democrat, not a dead one. You know, we've had a few of those. Excuse me, what is your name?
My name is Valentina Fraudulente. I have pronouns. They are I, am, and I, am, and er.
Okay. All right. Well, we hear tonight that Wisconsin Democrats are trying to change the manual for the recount rules. What are your thoughts on that, to make it a little bit more difficult to make objections?
Well, we can't win the way normal people win. We have to cheat. And so when we know that Trump will probably pick up some ballots on this one, so we have to change the rules, because that's what we do, because we don't win like other people.
Okay. So there are some irregularities happening in Georgia in the recount. So far, they have found 3 separate times some words up to thousands of extra ballots that were on thumb drives that were not counted. What are your thoughts on that?
We don't really mean it when we say count every vote. We just want to make sure that the ones for our candidate are counted.
What about in the recount? We've seen that there were over 10,000 ballots counted in the recount for Joe Biden. Thankfully, it was caught. It was actually only 1,000 and some odd ballots for Biden, which would have overtaken the lead that Trump has gained by the thousands of ballots we just mentioned. What are your thoughts on that seemingly innocent error?
That's too bad. I'm sad that they caught that.
You're sad that they caught.
Yeah, because we do these things on purpose, and that should have never been caught. But I guess chalk one up, because we've gotten so many through. We'll let that one slide. You can have that one.
We can have that.
Yeah, just that one.
Okay. Okay. Also, Lynn Wood has an affidavit and stacked ballots, thousands of stacked, perfectly crisp, without a crease, mail-in ballots in Georgia that look like they have been printed off, because there's no actual pen ink. It's just smooth. What are your thoughts on these ballots that appear to have been printed?
Well, they were printed off the machine. You see with the Dominion software, we didn't expect a recount, and we have a lot of extra votes out there that need to be accounted for. The great thing about Dominion software is it actually doubles as a printer, and you can print out as many ballots as you want. And so we did that for Joe Biden, where we just printed out a whole bunch that they could be counted properly in the recount, because we want those numbers to match just like you do.
Because you understand that's not how this works, right?
It is, because we're Democrats and we can't win any other way than cheating.
Because we're Democrats and we can't win any other way than cheating.
So that's what we do. And everyone knows that, and everyone's okay with that. And I don't see, there's really no problem, because no one really likes us. People don't vote for us. Did you see that, Trump was having all those rallies and all those people, and Joe Biden only had people fill in 6 little circles. There was no other way that we could win. And so we had just a really great plan. I mean, Joe told you that we had the widest voter fraud available, and we built upon what Obama did.
We have put together, and you guys did it for our the President Obama's administration before this. We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
And so you knew that we did this. If you didn't want this to happen, you should have stopped it ahead of time. But because we told you, when we tell you that we're going to do something, you don't stop us. We just figured that everybody thinks it's fine. Everything's fine here. We're all fine here.
Okay. Let's go to Nevada. There's a lot going on there. We have 15,000 voters who have been found not to live in Nevada and voted in 2 different states. including Nevada. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm not sure that all those people were actually not, residents in Nevada. Some might have been residents of Nevada and another state. And the way we
They
view
voted in 2 states.
I know, but you don't understand. The way we view it is if you can get your hands on a ballot in one state and in another state, then you are legally allowed to vote in both states.
But that's not legal.
Well, we're Democrats. You don't understand. If we can, we do it. That's how we win elections. And Nevada, it's like a gamble. It's a crapshoot. You just never know how the election's going to go. So you want to make sure it's weighted in your favor, just like we weight dice, in Las Vegas.
That's not really how that's supposed to work. Also in Nevada,
Well, the House always wins. How do you think we do that?
maybe not for long. Also in Nevada, we have the Biden buses had come in and did raffles in Native American communities and gave away raffle tickets and shirts and other items, apparently in an effort to buy votes.
Oh, yeah, that's perfectly fine. Everything's fine here. The Native Americans, they weren't going to get out to vote. So we just wanted to make sure that when they did vote, the ballots that were sent out, that they were voting for Joe Biden. So we just incentivized them with, a few iPads and some gift cards and some raffles. And we posted it on our Facebook page out there for everyone to see. Nothing to hide. See, we don't hide when we do these things. We try not to.
But
because it's easier if you do it out in the light, because then it doesn't look like it's fraud or anything.
But it's still not legal.
What's your definition of legal? And Bill Barr isn't really doing much, and we kind of got the rest of the DOJ in our pocket. We got the FBI in our pocket. We got the CIA in our pocket. So
But
we don't.
you don't have the American people in your pocket.
Well, we don't need the American people. Haven't you seen how the election's going? Joe Biden even said, he explained this to you. I don't need you to get me elected. I need you afterwards.
Folks, we got a lot of work to do. I don't only need you to get me elected, I need you once I'm elected.
Yeah, but you don't have Sidney Powell and Lynn Wood. All right, let's.
Yeah, we are a little concerned with Lynn Wood and Sidney Powell and the crack in there. We're just trying not to play Pirates of the Caribbean.
You're not watching the films at all.
No, because it gives us nightmares.
Okay, let's move on to Michigan. In Detroit, we saw some.
Love Detroit.
In Detroit,
guys.
we saw some very shady activity going on. They covered up the poll counting room with cardboard, and we're not allowing the poll watchers to view the count.
Here's the thing. The problem when you try to cheat in mass numbers is that somebody might catch you. And so you got to make sure that nobody can see. I mean, we tried to kick them out of the room, okay, so we wouldn't have to deal with this mess, but they were bringing...
And they cheered when Republicans were kicked out.
I know. This is our house. That's what we cheer, because in Detroit, it belongs to Democrats. This is our house. Republicans, we outnumbered them because Detroit belongs to the Democrats. It is the center of BLM, okay? So, yeah, that we had to do that to keep the election fair and balanced in our favor.
Right, but if you own Detroit, then why did you need to stop counting mysteriously in the middle of the night and bring in over 100,000 votes just for Biden?
Well, here's the great thing about the Dominion software. It kicks back so we can kind of see the vote counts. And so we, along with our other Democrat counterparts in the 5 major cities, in Philadelphia, in Milwaukee, in Pittsburgh, we in Atlanta, we had to stop counting because Trump got out a little bit more. But we got to give him credit where credit's due. He got out more people than we had accounted for. And so we had to make up those numbers. And so we had to kick everybody out, and then we had to bring in we had to get those ballot people to mark those ballots real quick. I mean, boom, boom, boom. We know how to rig an election. We're really good at it. We take pride in it. And it's an American tradition. I mean, like, as Detroit goes, so goes America.
So they were brought in by a Biden bus and a Lamborghini, and that's signed by affidavit, I think.
Well, that is a misnomer. You see, we just made sure that they came in. We don't believe in all the people and all their affidavits and everything that they're saying. That is the fake news media.
Oh, the fake news media with convincing thousands of people to sign affidavits under perjury?
Well, those people, they're deplorables and Nazis, so we can't take anything that they say seriously.
Well, we'll find out in the court of law, won't we? All right, so let's go to a state that's not being talked about right now. That's California.
California, 55 electoral votes, always in our pocket.
We have 2 men under investigation for signing up 8,000 homeless people with fake names to vote. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, we had to register as many people as we can and get tons of names on the registration books, so the day of the election, it wouldn't look out of balance when we just pop those ballots right through the machines.
Okay.
Yeah, so homeless people are really great because they don't really have addresses. They don't really have phone numbers. They don't even know their own names, so that we can just fill in names and we can just get a random signature from people. It's not our signatures. And so really,
sounds awful prejudice
it's a
to
way
me.
It's a way to cover our tracks, It's a way to cover our tracks. Nancy Pelosi's totally in on this. She has approved of this method, tried and true.
Okay, so you're following her as your figurehead.
Absolutely. Well, there's a lot of people in on this. Nancy Pelosi, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton. I mean,
Are you
everybody's
supposed to
in
be
on this.
revealing these names?
Well, you asked for an honest interview, so yeah.
Okay. I hate to keep coming back to Georgia, but so much is happening there. We are seeing now that in the recount, one woman was found within 3 minutes from Project Veritas to be calling out Trump votes for Biden, and it was caught by a poll watcher. What are your thoughts on that?
Trump votes for Biden. Well, that's how we win. Trump votes go for Biden, baby. That's what we do. And, sometimes they may get caught here and there, but don't worry. All the election officials in the room, they're in on it. I believe that lady had a little talking to, and she was told not to do that when the guy was passing around again. And so, yeah, we got that one covered. We're good.
Okay, well, live from Ohio with a Democrat. What was your name again?
My name is Valentina Fraudulenta. You can find me on Twitter. I have my pronouns I, im, and And let me just say a few more things. To we don't have. I feel like I need to explain. We don't have any friends. No one really likes us. And so the only way that we can win elections is to cheat. Okay? So we found that Chavez and Maduro were using this really great software called Smartmatic. And so we did this. We paid off a bunch of governors and secretary of states, and we got Dominion in 28 states. We were really good. We're very proud of that, okay? And we recognized that this Dominion software could change votes midstream. We were very excited about it. And, when no one likes you, you have to make them like you. Okay, so this is how we make people like us. I mean, we have Hollywood on our side, but let's be honest. The people in Hollywood, they don't like anyone but themselves. So it's a very lonely place to be a Democrat, okay, in the leadership. And so it's sad. And the only happiness we get is when we win elections. So it doesn't really matter how we win. It's if we win. And that's a message for all of you kids out there. It doesn't matter how you win. Just win. Take that home with you.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Miss Fraudulente. We'll be back with more live.
And Trump voters are all Nazis. All Nazis. You're all being rounded up. We got a list of all of you. We have a list of you. When Biden gets inaugurated, we're going to come after every single one of you. We're going to round you up. We're going to put you in concentration camps. And because all Trump voters, you're deplorable Nazis. Have you seen those skinheads? Did you see Charlottesville? Trump voters.
Yes, our channel
Everyone. They're all Nazis. But you know who's coming around our way? Fox News. So Fox News, a lot of you reporters, we are going to, no. Maybe Chris Wallace, you may be saved. But the rest of you, you're going down because I don't care. I don't care if you don't like Trump, Brett Baer. I don't care if you don't like him, Martha McCallum. I don't care. Your network helped prop up the Nazis for 4 years. And so we are going to make sure that the Republican Party, and not a lick of you stand, even you Dan Crenshaws and all of you congratulating Biden. It doesn't matter if you're sucking us up to us. We got your number, Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell, and we're coming for you, Georgia. Everybody, wherever you're at, go and move to Georgia. I want you to vote for us and the Democrats in Georgia. We need you to move there. We need as many people. Stacey Abrams and I, we have a thing. We're getting out the vote. Oh yeah, me. Oh, we're peeps. We're really tight. We're really tight. We're really tight. You know, she's the governor of Georgia, right?
Actually, that's not.
She's the governor. She's the governator. The governator of Georgia, Stacey Abrams. 4 more years. 4 more years.
You don't get to just choose who you want.
She's the governator, so we want everybody to move to Georgia, make it blue wave, coming right up over those shores, baby. We're going to take the Senate, we're going to take the House, and then we're going to have China Joe and 10% for the big guy, 10% for the big guy, but we're going to have Kamala Harris as your real president. I just want you to know that. Kamala Harris. Remember that name, Kamala Harris.
Not on our watch. We also have Newsmax and an amazing new.
No.
We have Newsmax and Resistance Chicks. You can find all the latest of Truth News, where you won't get anything like this anywhere else. Thank you, Miss Fraudulente. It's been quite eye-opening.
Valentina.
Valentina.
Fraudulente Valentina.
I think that's very clear. Thank you, and God bless America, and God bless President Trump.
1619 Project. America's never been great.
1620, the Pilgrims came here with a 500-year plan, and were taking back everything.
You stole the land from all the Native Americans, all of them.
They were friends with the Americans, and the
America was founded on slavery.
they actually set slaves free that came over on a ship. The Pilgrims did do that.
No, you are exercising your whiteness and your white privilege, and it is harmful to me right now. I am feeling it.
You're triggered.
I identify as a Hispanic, Black, Latino, Asian person, and so you must relinquish all of your goods. This whole house belongs to me. I'm also Native American, this whole house. Everything belongs to me and to my people.
If we're lucky, we might get to see a real live liberal tear here in a second with this explosive interview of emotions pouring over. So
free college for everyone. I want free college. I want free medical care, and I never want to have to work again a day in my life.
Okay, you can end up as one of the homeless people in California. All right, we have to go. Thank you.
I was cold all alone, no place for home, every day so afraid, but you called my name.